Hello everyone, this is RedfireFlareon and I decided to make a tutorial since I now have time to do that, and tutorial with Adobe Photoshop CS2. Okay, I'll just close this window so I can show you the full thing how to make this. You start with pressing File, find New or just Control N. You choose how huge canvas you want, and transparent, white or background color for the background contents. I first use transparent and I make it fit for what I want, like this. Okay, here we have layer panels. Here you can decide layers, channels, or paths or stuff like that. And here's the mainly layer 1, which is transparent. So if I post it on somewhere, it won't have a background at all. It will just be, yeah, transparent. And here we have colors and stuff. Just quickly choosing colors. I have not added these. These were here when I downloaded Photoshop. Here we have the navigator and also zoom. This navigator thingy, you can use that to just move around in the drawing. And we have information. I'm not sure what that is. I'm only into navigator here. And here you have the tool panel. We have regular brush tool, and if you right click on it, you can press color replacement tool, pencil tool, or brush tool. We have history brush. I have no idea what these do. I am not that used to Photoshop yet, but I'll show you guys the basics of it. And we have, why does that happen all the time? We have gradient tool or paint bucket tool. These are the shortcuts letters, so you can see that here as well. And the smudge tool, here you can get blur or sharpen tool, and yeah. And here we have color picker and also a zoom. Here you can choose the color you want and another color. To easily switch between these foreground and background color. Now you can see my foreground color is white and my background color is a light red. Simply press X and then you can just switch between those quickly. And here we have selection tools and crop tools, and we will get further into that when further out in the tutorial. What I start with is that I color this layer, layer 1, which I name background. I always name my layers unless I will get really confused and stuff, and yeah. And then I fall out of where and what my drawings are on in which layer. I fill it with white. Then press a new layer. You can find that new layer button down here. Here you have buttons. There is the new layer button next to the delete or the trash can thingy. Now we have layer 1. We'll call it test because I'm going to show you the fancy thing about layers. Now I choose the brush tool, and if you go up here you can choose the size and hardness and shape and stuff. These brushes comes with Photoshop. I have not downloaded any other brushes yet. You can choose the hardness. If you put it to 0%, then it's like an airbrush, and if you at 100%, then it's like, oh my god, fail. Then it's like yeah, like this. And if you have the hardness on 0%, it's like this. And also, for regretting stuff or undo, if you're gonna undo one thing, Control Z. controls it again, and it comes back. I recently found out how to undo several things. You press Control, Alt, and Z and press it to get away those. Or you can just simply... So Control Y does not like make it come back again, which is sad. But now if I'm going to show you a few things about these layers, like if I... Oops. Here you can, by the way, change the size. The biggest you can get is 2500 pixels. The smallest you can get is 1 pixel. And we're gonna make something like this. Yeah, this is just a random size. And we make something, yeah, no, this, oh wait, this is a fish. Can't draw fishes. Okay, there we go. We have a fish here. By the way, I don't have a tablet, I use a mouse, so my lines won't get pressured. I will show you what I do to get pressured lines when I start the main picture. But when I put this on this test layer, then I can like go to the background, and then I can like stuff like this. You see, and here's the white strokes I made before I epically failed. You see, when these layers, this thing that's, if that layer is not your background layer, is above the background layer, then you can do anything to the background layer and it won't affect the upper layer that's above it. Then you can press this eyeball and make the layer like be invisible. It's not gone, it's only not visible. Or invisible. Stupid English. I'm not very good in English, sorry. I'm just gonna erase. Why do we erase when we can undo stuff? You see, I'm stupid. Just to fill the background with something. Okay. Yeah. So in this test layer, I'm going to do an example for these things up here called layer modes. Here we have a lot of layer modes. I'm going to show you what some of them does. Why does that keep happening? So if I, for an example, color the background layer gray, so I won't ruin my eyes completely, then use, I love pink, okay, I'll use a purplish blue color like this, then I won't rape my eyes. Yeah, I said rape. Okay, if we make this thing there. Okay. Here we have randomness again, and new layer above that, very important, because if I do this, and for this is just an example, put it to multiply, it affects the layer beneath. But if I do something above this and put it to multiply, it goes to that one too, and as well as the behind. You see, with multiply layers, only dark colors will show. So if I, for an example, draw with white here, see, it's not visible. But you also have screen layers. If you draw with a light color here, it's visible. If you draw with a dark color like black, not visible at all. Yeah. Now I guess I've shown you most of the basics before you start drawing. So I have no idea why this keeps disappearing. I'm going to pause this for a while. I need to think about how I should build up this tutorial. I know I am stupid. I did not plan it. It was just out of nowhere idea. Okay, so I'm back again. And now let us start making a sketch just to make a picture. What you can do when you sketch, what I used to do, I put the opacity, main opacity on the brush down to 50%. Then I draw a circle for a head. And you see it's not quite shaped, so these might confuse you if you're not confident with drawing with mouse. Many people say that it is hard to sketch stuff with mouse, but in my opinion, I think it's easy because I have done it over a year, more than a year. So for me, it's kinda easy. So I'm just gonna decide what animal I should draw, and I have decided to draw a cat because cats are awesome and fluffy and cute, and there's a huge list of things I like about cats. So we make it a little bit bigger maybe. Here we come to the selection tools. Here you have different modes of selection. This selects only one thing, that mode there. So if you're going to select this part, it deselects that part. But this one adds things to the main selection. So if I have none of this, I can select several places at once. And this one subtracts selections from the main selection. So if I do this, it's not selected anymore. I'm going to deselect all that. I am not quite sure what this does because I haven't tried it before, and if you want to figure out what it does, you can try it yourself because I am not going to ruin this tutorial by trying out new stuff that I have no idea what is. So you right click and then you can do this. You can deselect, select inverse, feather. This makes feather edges, I think. You can save the selection or make a work path, and here it says dot dot dot. It means that it goes over to new windows. Or you can cut it and make a new layer with it, and that's how you can like move something from a layer to another. Or you can copy it and paste it in another layer so you got two of it. Or you can make a new layer simply with that selection. And what I want to do is free transform. This transform selection, it only changes the form of the selection. Here you can fill the selection or stroke the selection. I go to free transform. Now I can make it bigger, more like this, or simply rotate it. Yeah, what is going on now? Can we simply do that? Not apply the selection. Why does that happen every time? Okay, free transform, okay? I'm not gonna ruin this tutorial anymore. Sorry for all these fails and stuff. We make a little bit big head because cats are huge. Cats are huge what? Uh, cats are cute with huge heads. Simply press the brush and apply transformation. I have no idea what the shortcut for applying transformations are yet, but when I do, I will make a short tutorial about it. So I will keep sketching and sketching and sketching. So what is a smart thing when you do sketch things? You can go to image and rotate canvas. You can flip it horizontal, then you can go to this, then you can shape it and make it look more better. Like it looks good in both directions. And this sketching might take me a while, so I won't I want to record the whole thing, I will come back and start.